Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Surviving the Killers in Area 51 update announcement video. So today, we actually have a lot to cover in terms of leaks and content. So let's begin with the leaks posted on Sactic Discord, and then we'll get onto the actual test server content. The first leak that we have to show was posted on Sactic Discord server on the 21st of November 2021. Yes, I'm kind of late to this leak, but don't worry about it. And it shows what appears to be two eyes around a field of static surrounded by zeros and ones. Now, of course, these zeros and ones aren't randomly placed, as it's some sort of hidden code. Binary code, to be exact. If we brighten this image up and go ahead and drop this string of numbers into a simple binary translator on the internet, yes, I typed this whole thing by hand, we get a message. Now, there are a few symbols in this sentence, and that's because either me or Hex, the one who posted it, made an error in translation. But it seems to say something along the lines of, I will save them from their sinful paths. Now, if you've watched my video on the Sactic iceberg, you probably already know what this ties into. Yep, that's right, Sactic lore. I'm not going to go into the full story of Sactic's in-game backstory, because there's an entire wiki page for that, which I'll leave in the description if you want to read it. So basically, a person or a killer, I assume to be the eyes in the background of this image, is trying to stop someone or a group of people from taking a sinful path, or a path that isn't good, I guess. Maybe I'll have to start a Sactic theorizing series or something, because there's quite a lot to unpack here. The next leak image is kind of similar to the last one, but it also has a picture in the background, which could be hinting at a new area, but it's quite dark even when brightened, so leave your theories in the comments. You can see that this image isn't just composed of zeros and ones, it even has letters in it, so it can't be binary code. However, after tinkering around with a few code translators I found on the internet, I found that the hexadecimal translator produced the best result. So here's what it says. Ironic, is it not? Though we warned Peak that this place was highly unstable, beyond their capabilities to control, and yet, here we are, repeating the mistakes of the past. The thing that interests me the most about this code is the word Peak. Never in Sactic have we heard that name before, so perhaps it's a secret character, killer, or entity we've never seen before. Once again, leave your theories in the comments. The next leak image that we have shows a lot more about this so-called new area than the last two, and just by looking at the image, it seems to be some kind of futuristic location, kind of like the sewer a bit, but with red fog. If we look at the bottom left hand corner though, we once again have another code, and it's back to binary, baby. Now, if I type another code out, my fingers will probably break from typing the same two digits over and over. So thankfully, I'm sorry, I butchered that name, from Sactic Discord has translated it for us. It apparently says, they tortured that poor creature until it knew nothing but pain. Now, obviously, the so-called creature is a killer of some kind, but which one? I might make a separate video going over all of Sactic's lore at one point, so for now, just theorize amongst yourselves. Okay, last leak image, I swear. And honestly, this one isn't as interesting as the last three images, but it still brings out a few questions. It seems to be an image of a bright room, but whatever that thing in the middle is still a mystery. Notice the walls on the side. For the final time, we just have another string of binary to translate. You know the drill, and this one translates to join or fall. Cool, a threat, just what I need on the last leak image. I believe that this image has something to do with the first leak talking about Peak. Perhaps it's some kind of Area 51 group or something. Again, just a theory. But enough of that theory hocus pocus nonsense. Now onto the stuff actually in test servers. The first new update actually involves boss rush mode, and its new changes. So firstly, the UI has had an update, so it looks a lot more cleaner and simpler to use. You can either select normal or elite bosses straight from the menu as well, and instead of going into a physical match to select your weapon class, you could do it straight from here, and they even have their own little icons. It's important to note that the classes themselves haven't changed, I think. Oh, and did I mention you don't have to specifically play with friends anymore? Yep, you can play with randoms just like in endless survival lobbies. So if you have no friends, you can now play this game mode. My overall opinion on this update is that it's probably needed, especially if you don't have a friend or an alt account to play this mode in the first place. The bosses themselves aren't changed as far as I can tell, but again, a pretty solid update overall. Now back to Classic mode, where we have two small updates to showcase. The first one being a Chucky redesign. Yes, everyone's least favourite killer. The devs have made it so that Chucky's design is more faithful to the movies. His body type and hair has been changed, as well as his size a bit. This is a design that could go either way. You either really agree with it, or really hate it. Honestly, the older design was definitely the more iconic of the two, but you always gotta go for the accurate one. So I'd say that this is a pretty faithful redesign. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. The final and probably the most controversial update that we have on this list is a soda and energy drink nerf. I can't say I'm surprised, I'm sorry. So now in Juggernaut mode, Classic mode, and Killer mode, you can only drink the soda a maximum of 4 times. However, it regens a lot more health than usual. Oh, and it has a nice little drinking animation. Opinions on this update? Honestly, I hate to be a party pooper, but this is probably a very needed update. I know that some people are really gonna hate this update, but honestly, it makes it more of a strategy when and when not to use the energy drink, especially in Juggernaut mode. But we'll have to see what happens in the long run. But anyway guys, that's going to be it for this SacDuck update announcement video. If you did actually make it to the end, why not subscribe? It might make my channel easier to find next time if you find another one of my leak videos enjoyable. But anyway guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all have an awesome day. Until next time!